Alright guys, it's finally time for me to give my review on this book. I am a little tired right now. No makeup today because I'm trying to film this differently, where I basically talk to you guys about the book, you know, give my book review about it, and at the same time basically put videos, clips of me, you know, reading, you know, just filming my day-to-day or whatever. And you know, I think it would be nice because it gives it a bit more of a aesthetic filming kind of vibe rather than my regular vlog, so that way, you know, I'm just trying something new. But yes, so I read Bluets by Maggie Nelson, and it has, oh my god, I forgot how many pages it already has. Like 90 pages? No. It has 95 pages that you can read. There's like, I think 100 pages in here, but the other 5 pages are like credits and just extra bits about the author herself. So, let's get into the book review, shall we? Okay, so I have my notes here, and I'm gonna try to add more to it as I talk to you guys about it. But basically, the brief synopsis of the book is Maggie Nelson, she talks about the color blue, and how she also talks about her process of writing this book, and how the color blue begins to seep into her life, and she begins to associate certain things with the color itself, and realizing that she has now embodied this color in a way, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And she tries to add different colors to her life and stuff like that, but blue seems to really seep out more, which I kind of like the description she puts out, because she talks a lot about her life and things, and as much as she, you know, doesn't really associate them with blue, you can kind of like feel it, I guess, in a way, with the way she writes and the way she talks about, you know, her love affairs, her friendships, and random people constantly giving her blue things throughout the time that she's trying to write this book. So I really like that. The basic theme of this is really much just her life, her being relatable, all the feelings, all the things that she has gone through in the years that she does in working in this book. And honestly, I love that, because apart from the fact that she, like, you know, decided to write about just one color, it also feels like there's more to that color, to just it feeling one emotion. It's like a bunch of stuff together, and honestly, she doesn't just talk about one shade of blue, she talks about many, many shades of blue in her life, and how these are part of her life now. And honestly, this made me think a lot about the colors in my life, which I never thought about until I started going to therapy, and my therapist was talking about how I should associate my emotions to colors lately. And within reading Maggie Nelson's Bluets, I felt, I don't know, I kept thinking about the color brown a lot, but I think that's just because I have been in a very intense brown color kick. You know, like I've gotten a lot of brown purses, brown sweaters, brown hats. I think it's seeping into my life in the sense of I'm appreciating the color brown because I never appreciated it before. Like, I have brown eyes, you know, dark brown eyes, and those, you know, I used to not love my brown eyes. You know, I always wanted the green or the hazel, but now I love it a little bit more. And not to get all like poetic here, but I love it more now too, because my son has brown eyes, and I think even though as much as I wanted him to have my husband's greenish hazel eyes, I'm glad he has my brown eyes, because, you know, I gave that to him. Again, not to sound all like poetic, but I did that. So yeah, I love this book a lot, you know. It really made me feel, I don't know, like, really paying attention to colors in your life really is, it doesn't have to necessarily you being, like, oh wow, this green cup or something like that, you know, or you just writing about like that specific color pen or whatever. You can always just associate it with something that has nothing to do with the color whatsoever, you know. You're like, maybe you're going out with friends, you're going out and having good drinks and stuff like that, and all of a sudden the color you're feeling or or you're seeing the most every time you think about that memory is like purple or pink or something. But you know, I know it probably isn't gonna be that deep in the book, but honestly, it makes you think about colors a lot, and I really like that. Without giving too much of what happens in the book, I'm just gonna give like a quick summary, which is basically her just writing bullet points of her life. Again, I think I've said this many times already, where she talks about her friendships, you know, her love affairs, and having constant people tell her, hey, you need to go see this artist because he colored in only blue, or here's a blue pen or a blue rock that I found that I think you would appreciate because of the book you're writing. And apart from all of that, I've also noticed that her writing is very much, she writes a lot of quotes from different artists, authors themselves, talking about the color blue and how they feel, and she brings it up into her book. And there's a few quotes here that I want to kind of, maybe I can. I'm gonna find them real quick. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of a spoiler, but not so much. But this was one of my ones that I really liked, which was, love is something so ugly that the human race would die out if lovers could see what they were doing. Leonardo da Vinci. And she has many like quotes in here too, or like she cites a lot of the books she's read where authors talk about the color blue, and you know, I really like that. I think I really enjoy that part of the book. It really is giving it more than just like her always just, you know, writing about her life. She's like mentioning other authors that talk about it, and how like certain quotes in those books are related to her life basically. So I really like that a lot. Honestly, I think I might order this book through thrift books just so that way I can annotate them better and like really highlight and write on the book rather than, you know, the library book, because I don't want to do all that. So now, my review. Did I love it or did I hate it, and why? I loved it. I honestly love her work from just this one book. I think I'm going to look her up, you know. Want to see what other stuff she has done and what other stories she has written, and I really want to get to know her as like an author and like her writing and everything. And I think it would be, you know, great to see what other stuff she can make me feel and how I can maybe be a better writer that way as well. So yeah, I really like the I really like the visualizations, and like how every time I read each piece, I really try to imagine myself in that position, like I'm her, and you know, I'm experiencing this as she's writing this book. I honestly really kind of now, because of this, I kind of want to write my own kind of story, sort of in that realm of my emotions and associating feelings with certain parts of my life, you know. I think it would be easy, especially because I have many journals filled of stuff that I can very much write books about, you know. Do I recommend the book? Yes, honestly. Besides the fact that it just talks about one color, I think it also gives you this feeling of, you end up thinking about your own color. It doesn't even have to be a favorite color, but you start thinking about a specific color that you start noticing has been a part of your life for a long ass time or something. So yes, I 100% recommend this book. I know a lot of people have read it. Honestly, I also recommend it because it's like literally 95 pages. You can read this in one go if you're a better reader, a faster reader than I am. But yeah, I really love this book. Like I said earlier, I think I'm gonna order it through thrift books. That way I can like carry it with me more and like analyze the book and really highlight and underline all the things that I loved about this book. 'Cause again, you can't really do that with library books. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that I saw this on Bookstagram and was like, alright, I'm going to try to find it, you know? Again, I am really in that point right now where I'm just trying to read books that I can read in one sitting, so that way it's easier for me to not feel like I'm in a book slump. So yeah, I really love this book. I want to read more books about colors now, you know? I want to see if other authors have written about other colors. Maybe I can relate to a little bit more, you know? I don't know. It kind of made me think of the fact that like everyone's always telling you that, you know, life is full of colors. We need some brightness in this world. We need to fill our life in colors. And in this way, it does that, but it doesn't necessarily always have to be a happy thing. It can be sad, it can be angry, it can be love. As long as you basically, I don't know how to write it down, you know? And yeah, I truly recommend this book a lot. I had a fun time reading it. I am gonna go outside in a bit because I have to go return this book today since it's due today. But yeah, I really hope you guys get the book, or maybe you have other books you guys want to recommend to me to read, especially if they're short books that I can read in like a day or 3. I'm gonna say a day or 3 because again, I am a mom. I have a toddler constantly running around needing my attention, and I'm also kind of bad at reminding myself to read throughout the day. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys like the way I filmed it. I hope to make more book reviews, more. I'm really trying to talk more about books to get myself hyped up to read more of them, you know, especially because I have so many books that I want to read, but for some reason I'm so slow at reading them, and I also feel like I start reading one and then I realize, hey, no, I actually want to read another thing. But anyways, yeah, again, if you guys have any recommendations for any other books, comment them down. Yeah. Do I have anything else to say? Yes. Okay. So on my art Instagram page, not my main account, not my personal one, I am going to start making polls where I post a couple of rough drafts of artwork that I want to put in a coloring book. And I really want to do this because it's like something I've always wanted to do. It's basically going to be like an adult coloring book or whatever. Maybe not adult, maybe it could be for everybody, honestly, because the stuff that I draw is mainly just flowers, mushrooms, you know, a lot of tattoo designs, so I think that would be cool. But yeah, I'm going to be posting a couple polls, mainly associating with the theme that I want to go with for the coloring book, what art I should put, which rough sketch is good, or stuff like that, basically, you know, like, I mainly want everyone, you know, like my friends, you guys, to really get involved in this, because it's going to be my first coloring book that I really want to work on, and I don't know how long it's going to take me. It's probably going to take me this whole year to finally get through with it, but I really want to do this for myself because I've been wanting to make a coloring book for a while, but I don't really want to use any of my old art just because I've already colored them in, and it would be just kind of boring to color them in whenever I actually get the coloring book done ever. And like, you know, if I want to do like live stream videos of me coloring a page or something, I think it would be very boring for me to just draw the same artwork. You know, I'm trying to draw something different, but at the same time keep it to my style, keep it to not having to come up with like a whole brand new artwork. But yeah, I hope you guys will join in the polls. You know, I will put my Instagram in the description and possibly right here as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye!